welcome to our YouTube channel. We are the Feminist Family.
And we're growing together through our sharing our political views and our cultural differences.
Exactly, that's all it's gonna be about. My name is Pamela Kazekare.
And I'm Corey Johnston.
I have two girls.
And I have a boy and a girl.
So we have 4 kids together.
Yeah, quite a difference in age ranges. Mine are teenagers.
I have a toddler and a little grown up, like 5 years
Yeah.
old and 1 year and a month. We never know. For the second baby, I find that it's really hard to know how many months she is. But let's say 1 year and a half.
Just about 1 year and a half.
So we are the Feminist Family, and before you go far, you need to, I guess that's what people say. Yeah, before you go far, you need to subscribe and activate the little thing so that you won't miss any of our video.
Yeah. The bell. The notification bell.
The notification bell. Okay, so before we go far in our videos, I speak Kirundi is my mother tongue. I speak French and I practice English. So sometimes you're gonna see me missing some words in English.
And okay. I don't speak any extra languages, so
we do what
so
we
unfortunately
can.
we have to work in English.
So what are we gonna talk about really on our channel? This is a question we've been trying to answer since a long time because we thought that we had lots to say.
Of course
we have lots to say, but how to put everything in one channel? So I think that we divided in 2 main groups, like topics we're gonna be sharing on our YouTube channel, which are
kind of the idea of raising our families. Obviously, we're multiracial. We have different languages and different cultural backgrounds, so I think that'll kind of be interesting for people to see how we raise our families that way.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have. We're both very political people, so
we are.
So, and I guess it's kind of implied in the name, Feminist Family. We are going to be talking about feminism and some topics related to that.
So before we go really far, men can talk about feminism too. I don't think it's a matter of only women in this world, in this man's world actually. And I'm here to dismantle patriarchy. Yay! Support me.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that men should be listening more when it comes to feminism, but when it comes to teaching men, sometimes we have an insight that can help.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna be talking about lots and lots of things on our YouTube channel, and I guess we can go through the 2 main topics and maybe talk about like what's inside. Like we are melting our family and melting cultures. So I am from Burundi, but I am also not from Europe, but I'm Belgian. I'm Belgian, like it happened. Yes, I am Belgian and I love Belgium. And my first daughter is Belgian only, not yet Burundian, but you will know later why. My second one is Canadian. I'm not Canadian, I'm just Burundian and Belgian. And
I'm just Canadian. I grew up in Saskatchewan, kind of a rural area. Nothing exciting, just Canadian.
So we have a mission as parents, like to make all this works and make it fun and try to raise kids. We're trying like all parents, basically.
It's not easy.
It's not always easy. So we're gonna be learning sometimes languages because our mission with my first born, let's call her by her name, right? Shakira. So Shakira is my 5 years old, and She speaks English, French, and she can understand and talk a little bit Kirundi. And her mission, since I met this guy, is to teach him French.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
It's slow. I'm a slow learner.
And my mission, since I got her, is like to teach her Kirundi, and now she can understand. I think each time when I'm talking, I know that she's understanding, and when we meet our friends, talking to her in Kirundi, I can see that she understands like basically everything we're talking about, but talking is not yet that much. So we're gonna be also learning Kirundi. What else? Gender equality. Gender equality is a topic that I think that it's no week goes on in this family without talking about gender things related, because we're raising kids.
Yeah. And some of them are quite young. So there's a lot of development to come yet. And the world is a big place with a lot of different ideas about gender in it. And some are pretty backwards, some are pretty new. So we're all trying to adopt new ideas and learn new ideas about it. And like we're progressive, right? So,
Yes. So before we go really far with anybody, our family is open LGTBQ plus. We support like choice.
Yeah.
We think that everybody has the right to live and to enjoy this Mother Earth without restriction based on his sexual orientation or
or gender identity or pretty much any category.
But the thing is, even though we think that, we were not born and raised to think like that.
That's right.
So it's we are all the time like we too learning on how to do. When like for example, our last topic of discussion was about like the pronouns.
Oh yeah.
Yes, are we dealing with our 5 years old mixing he and she, her and
him
and him.
Yeah.
And each time we're like, okay, we are correcting her, telling her that boys are boys. So with boys it's he, with girls it's she. And then our adults, we are like, okay, but when are we gonna start to introduce that a boy can also be called a she, or choose not to be identified by any
binary, non-binary individuals exist, is what we're trying to.
Exactly. So we're gonna be talking about gender equality and equity too. And we are also evolving in a changing world. Like 2 months ago, now none of us would have expected that we would be just locked down in the house with people dying everywhere. By the way, before we go so far, people, you need to get everything you need to get protected. Wash your hands, stay inside, don't get out if it's not necessary. We are locked down.
Essentially, yeah.
Yes. So yes, we need to raise our kids in this world changing so fast, and try to make them like better adults. I think that's
a good goal.
That's a good goal. Yes, we're gonna be talking about sharing with you guys like our journey also into with mental health, illness, or like mental health in general, because we understand that mental health is like something that we need to be talking more, and nobody is really far from getting mental illness issue or stuff, like
knowing somebody who's dealing with a mental illness or
so we think that in this changing world, again, this is a topic that is really important that we choose to be talking about. So all these, like, we choose to put it like in this group of melting families. But you will see that the second group, like, this kind of things related, right?
Everything's kind of ties together, right?
Yes.
You can't be a family that has progressive values without it being inherently political in some way. So we're going to be also talking about feminism, masculinity. I'd like to take some time and talk about toxic masculinity and how we can unlearn some of that things, and maybe even like what it actually means, because you got to really recognize what it means before you can start to unlearn that.
And before we go so far, men are trash. Do you understand that? Men are trash. All the men in this world, except if they are washing themselves. I mean, not washing their hands, like washing themselves from this toxic masculinity we women have been educated them in. Even though we are like the first victim of it. So, yes, he is trash. Are you trash? Because that's the question that always comes when I say on my social media or when I'm discussing with somebody and I say men are trash. The first question is your dad trash? Yes. Is your boyfriend or partner trash? Yes. So, here he is. Are you trash?
Yes.
I didn't. I forgot.
I mean, we've all been. I was raised in a very patriarchal worldview, and it hasn't been my whole life that I've been able to work against that. I went with it for a long time, and sort of you have to always be learning and trying to be a better person. So, I mean, yes. Men are trash.
But he's my trash.
But we can try to do better, and that's the goal.
Yes, that's what it means actually when we say men are trash. That doesn't mean like we need to put them like in garbage, because actually people, do you understand that trash is also a treasure? When you put things in trash, maybe they are going from your house, going somewhere, but they are not always disappearing. And in the best word, we can do something with trash. Actually, when we say men are trash, we are not saying, oh, we don't need any men in our life. We don't need that. We will still have brothers. We will still have cousins. We will still have like friends. We will still have like husband or a boyfriend or something. But when a woman, I mean, when I say men are trash, I'm not saying that put them in the garbage and they're gonna disappear, because even garbage is not disappearing, right? It goes somewhere and it is treated and maybe reused. And yes, as a man, you can transform yourself. You don't need to go to recycling. Yeah, some men need to go to recycling, by the way. You don't need to go somewhere.
And some legitimately belong in the compost.
If you are a man right now and you are not doing anything like to unlearn the toxic masculinity you've been educated in, you are trash.
But you can do better.
You can do better. It's not the end. Until you're breathing, like... as long as you're breathing, you can still change, and you can, like, all men don't need to stay trash. Yes, I know some men think that is the best word is a word where they can just be trash.
Guys who, yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff we'll get into more in depth in another video.
Yeah, that's gonna be in another video, but these are some of the topics we're gonna be talking about. We also gonna be talking about social justice.
Yeah, because I happen to be on the height of the privilege scale. I'm able, I'm white, I'm male, like I have all the privilege, and it takes a lot of work to recognize that. And social justice is a broad topic that affects everybody, including class. Like, I don't want to dismiss that. Like, intersectionality requires all of the things to be addressed. So,
So basically, this is what we're gonna be talking about. Again, before we go far, please, have you subscribed? Yes, because The reason why I'm saying that is because me too, sometimes I go on YouTube and I see like really great content, right? Content, and I generally I sometimes forget to subscribe when they're saying okay, when I finish I'm gonna subscribe, but sometimes I end up forgetting, and by the time I come back to that channel there have been lots of content that I have missed. And honestly, subscribing is free, so
Yep, might as well.
So yes, these are kind of things that we're gonna be talking about on this channel. The comment section is open right now. I don't know how long it's gonna be stay open. That means before we go
Don't
far,
be shitty.
don't be shitty. Like any shitty comments, we're gonna delete it.
Yeah.
Okay? We're gonna delete it. This is a place where we can grow together with you guys. And what we say, we did say that we don't have the whole truth.
No one person does, right?
So feel free to correct us or to let us know your point of view, and we're gonna be reading that. We hope that there gonna be like lots of comments, and yeah, we actually the feminist family and happy to be, and we hope that you're gonna enjoy our journey together.
So thanks for watching this one, and yeah.
See
Make sure to
you
subscribe.
on the next video, and yes, you can share.
Yeah,
Why would
that's
you
cool
keep
too.
this for you? Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye.